Okay, cool. Okay, so what we're going to do here is that we are going to start with a quote in embedding space and get to another quote. And to explain, oh, that wasn't what I wanted. How this works is we're using OpenAI embeddings. I embedded all of my Readwise quotes, which is over 10,000 quotes. And it kind of looks something like this. Well, hold on. I don't know if I can just grab an image and copy it into here, but I can do that. So we can see that like it's in real 3D space basically. Like the images, this in this image we can see all these points, and all these points represent quotes. Anyway, so the idea is, how do we use like a Mad Libs type game to get from the start quote to the end quote? So let's read the start quote and end quote, and then kind of figure out how we can use steps using embedding space to get from point A to point B. So the start is, I realized just how productive celebrity culture is, how much it shapes us, how we chart celebrity careers against our own ambitions, how we devour the gossip with a mix of ironic detachment and zealous emotional investment, and how useful it is as a social glue that binds us together in voyeuristic fascination. And then our end quote that we're trying to get to is about, I guess, Christianity. In some parts of Christendom, beginning in the 16th century, a new and very specific artistic genre emerged that would capture the imagination of the art buying classes for the next 200 years. Examples of vanitas art, so named in tribute to Scholastices, were hung in domestic environments, most often studies of and bedrooms. Each still life featured a table or sideboard on which it was contrasting muddle of objects. There might be flowers, coins, a guitar, a mandolin, chess pieces, a book of verse, and somewhere along these would be two great symbols of death and the brevity of life, a skull and an hourglass. So we're trying to get from celebrity to death, basically. So what I like to do is use the exact match for the start. So let's do that. And then usually the other two will give us a jumping point. So this is the exact match. We can see that the similarity is pretty much 100%, even though it doesn't, I don't know why it's not 100%. I think that there's some thing that happens under the hood with like vector token space, that even if you have the exact 1.0 match, it's not exactly a 1.0, if that makes sense. But anyway, so, but I don't believe that we're all destined for 15 minutes of fame or a world filled with 8 billion influencers. And I'm pretty relieved about that. My attitude used to be ambivalent, but the more I read, the more I think celebrity sounds like a lucrative but existentially grim purgatory. Okay, so this already jumps out to me as a potential next move to jump. Celebrities' rising to reputation wasn't due to their glitter sprayed automatons in some Orwellian power game. The public weren't some brainwashed sheep bleeding in excitable acceptance towards whoever the media decided should be famous. No, the truth is, celebrity is a three-way occasion, much like the chemical reaction needed for fire. One can't spark a flame without the triangular relationship of heat, fuel, and oxygen, and one can't produce celebrity without the interaction between subject, audience, and media industry. Um, I think chemical reaction is like good too as a move, because chemical reaction kind of makes me think of uh like laurel wreath wine bottle. But these are, I guess, like temporal glory is another thing that we could look at here, that we could jump to. So, um, I have to think about this for a second. I think that vanitas art is like vanity. So we actually have a few options again. Like grim purgatory gets us maybe to the realm of death. But if we talk about just glitter sprayed automatons, we might be able to get to like vanitas art. So I'm gonna go with the glitter sprayed automatons route, actually. It might trap us in a celebrity hole. Actually, no, 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 no. We're gonna stick with our initial play here. So we're gonna take this and pretty much exactly say it as is. Okay. So the matches we got are my own personal conception of existential dread is idiosyncratic. I think that most people are troubled by their own insignificance, preferring not to think about a tiny part of a vanishing species which could be called a corner of a galaxy. I'm fine with that. Moreover, I'm not perturbed by the fact that I'll be remembered by very few of the 108 billion people who've ever lived. I'm a standard model dude in an endless something or other. It's mostly fine. This looks pretty good. This looks like a pretty good jumping point in general. Um, okay, we just read this one above. It's interesting that the wording from this one, the Grim Purgatory, matched this one better, which is pretty cool. As he sat writing on the edge of his bed, he thought about the ministry of love. It was curious that how predestined horror moved in and out of one consciousness. There it lay, fixed in future times, preceding death as surely as 99 precedes 100. One could have not avoided it, but one should perhaps postpone it, and every now and again, by a conscious, willful act, one chose to shorten the interval before it happened. So this is interesting because, like, preceding death as surely as 99 precedes 100 kind of is like the great two symbols of the brevity of life. You could also make the argument that the tiny part of a vanishing species that doesn't really, I guess, existential dread isn't really the same thing as frivolity and temporal glory. Um, but it's kind of in the same neighborhood. I'm a standard model dude in an endless something or the other. And this is actually an interesting move. I don't really know which one's going to get me there shorter. I could honestly go either way. I could say, I can imagine that preceding death as surely as 99 precedes 100. Uh, nah, I think I'm going to go with this first one here. I think I'm going to go with um, people are troubled with their own significant this part. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So let's go. All right, we got 3 new matches. Okay, this is the exact match again, as we knew that was likely to happen because we used the exact leap. And then I was wrong to admit that I was impressed by the scale of what I was looking at. Some people are depressed by the scale of the universe, and it makes them feel insignificant. Other people are relieved to feel insignificant, which is even worse. But in any case, those are mistakes. Feeling insignificant because the universe is large has the exact same logic as feeling inadequate for not being a cow. That's pretty interesting. I mean, like, what does that say about the human condition? I think the fact that we can this is just kind of cool in general. Feeling insignificant because the universe is large is exactly the same as feeling inadequate for not being a cow. That's pretty funny. The universe is not there to overwhelm us. It is our home and our resource. The bigger, the better. That's pretty cool. I like that quote. We're like ants preoccupied with our jobs of carrying crumbs in our very brief lifetime instead of having a broader perspective of the big picture patterns and cycles. Okay, so this is close to this, right? Flowers, coins, ants, temporarily motivated. I think I'm going to take this one. I think this is the best jump. I think that if I took this, I would feel like I would get somewhere stuck in universe talk. I don't want to be in universe talk. And if I take, yeah, this is all the same quote. We could basically use this to go back up a move, but I don't think that that makes sense either. I think that I want this, just this part. Again, I'm trying to get to frivolity and temporal glory from this. How are, okay, yep, expressing the matter in such startling terms makes it easy to see why philosophers from ancient Greece to the present day have taken the brevity of life, oh, let's go, to be the defining problem of human existence. We've been granted the mental capacities and yet no time to put them into action. And yet, busyness is only the beginning. Many other complaints, when you stop to think about them, are about limited time. Take the daily battle against online distraction and the alarming sense that our attention spans have been shriveled to such a degree that even of us who were bookworms as children now struggle to make it through a paragraph without experiencing the urge to reach for our phones. That's so true, King. I can't, there's so many times that I'll pick up a book and just immediately want to grab my phone, which is partially why I created this. It's just so much more fun to know that I can create a game out of the things that I've read. So I think I'm going to do this brevity of life, because brevity of life should hopefully get us to um, what we're looking for. So, what is the, okay, we got that match again. Brevity is the soul of wit, it's the soul of accessibility, which is arguably as important as wit. Okay, so we're kind of stuck, I think. The part of life we live is really small. We need to like figure out a creative way to get closer to either, maybe I should have gone for Christianity. Is it probably would have been easier to get to Christianity and then say like Christendom, but now I'm kind of in this death hole, or brevity. Okay, so I can either move back a layer or I can stay here. The part of life we live is really small. For the rest of existence is not life but merely time. Mm, I don't think so. Brevity is the soul of wit, expressing the matter in such startling terms. Okay, maybe we can just jump from philosophers in ancient Greece and then get to like Greek Orthodox Christianity. Oh, ooh, we got the word vain. Vain, vanitas. That's got to be close, right? Okay. So we don't have anything about Christianity, but we do have a lot about the suffering of man, Socrates, Cynic school, Cicero. Is Cicero Christian? I don't know. Protagonist of philosophy. Oh wait, here we go. No. Well, indeed art. Can we combine art with vein from the other one? Is that a move that I can make? I haven't really declared what the rules are to this. I'm literally just coming up with them as I go. But I kind of want it to be only using one to jump and kind of like showing the highlight as the move. Let's try vain is the word of a philosopher which does not heal the suffering of man. I was hoping for like religion because then I could definitely kind of like start making my way towards Christendom. Oh wait, ecclesiastes. Okay. Do we have Arististhenes? Maybe if I search this, I'll just do like a oh I got this. Okay, this is gonna be sick. Oh oops. Okay, so I'm gonna do these as like a list. Phaedo and Tisthenes, whatever. And then I'm gonna do dot dot dot. And then hopefully it'll just be like, here's a bunch of Greek people. Okay. Yep, we got this again. Periander of Corinth. Nah. Maybe I can just say, well, who is Ecclesiastes? Oh no, he's from the Christian Old Testament. He's not a Greek. No. Oh no. Okay, so we're back on religion plan. I thought this was a person. It's like a it's not a person. Okay, so use laws that are old but food that is fresh. That's pretty religious. Hmm. Philosophy and science. Nothing about religion here. Okay, Socrates talking to this guy named Caraphon. Nothing about the gods, weirdly. The laws and the customs of Athens are about criticism. So we have criticism, we have laws that are old and food that is fresh. Oh, wait, we can put fresh food. We could jump to the food section, but there's not that much about food here. There's just wine bottles, so I don't think that's a good idea, actually, on second thought. I think that that'll actually just get us in the another hole. Um, I think this is pretty religious. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Philosophy down from the heavens. Let's just do the heavens. Oops. Because the heavens should get us to Christianity or something about Christians. Then let them know we are here, the man said. A glory of light. Okay. When heaven. Uh, nope. Uh, Wait. When heaven is about to confer a great responsibility, it will exercise his mind with suffering, subject his sinews and bones to hard work, expose his body to hunger, put him to poverty, place obstacles in the path of his deeds, such as to stimulate his mind, harden his nature, and improve wherever he is incompetent. Interesting. Um, Keep your philosophy ready to understand heaven and earth. Nothing earthly succeeds in ignoring heaven. Nothing heavenly succeeds ignoring the earth. I think this is a good leap. Maybe. Let's try it. Yep. Okay, so is this cheating if I use the book? No, it's not. I came up with the goddamn rules. Okay, so we're going to do God's plan. God's plan. God's plan. That's not going to highlight because it's in HTML. Okay, we're doing God's name for sure. God says, bestowing Jesus the same sobriquet, ho agapetos, the beloved, that God has given to King David. Okay, so we're looking exactly for the word Christianity, so we can jump to Christendom. And I don't see any Christianity, but I do see I see Big Bang, I see gay marriage. I see God and the secrets of the cosmos. I see bikinis and divorce. God rests in reason. A leaf in God's forest, and you should too move in reason and passion. No. Let's do God and Jesus again. Let's just see. Let's just take this and literally try and find Christianity. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Although Christ is technically the Greek word for Messiah, that is not how Paul employs the term. He does not endow Christ with any of the compensation. Okay, let's just do Christ. let's not get cheeky with it. We already made a bunch of moves. Okay. Christianity. Orthodox Church. So we're looking for parts of Christendom. I think I'm gonna do Christianity. Christianity. Oh God. I don't know if I can get from Christianity with like just top three matches is the problem. Uh, maybe if I could be like the world of Christianity. Christianity has been illegal. Like if I do where was Christianity illegal? Because we have Christianity in the Asian Minor. If we say what parts of the world was Christianity illegal? What parts of the world was Christianity legal? Okay. Christianity has been illegal. Yep, we got that match again. General persecutions, Europe, witch hunts, religious wars. Okay. Okay, I think what am I missing? Vanitas art, still life. I could have gone the art route, and we're deep into Christian talk and witch hunting with boiling oil red hot iron bars, which is just a really great party favor if you need something to bring to your parties. Constantine. So we have 16th century. We have 1500 years. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this route. Let's go 15th to 17th century. I think this is a good play. Because if we can get it to say 16th century, I think we can get there. Until the late 18th century. Um, what is this? This is literally Galileo and Kepler. Oh, 17th and 18th. It was so close, dude. Come on. What if I do what if I do 17th question mark 18th? Okay, let's try that. Wait. No, we want 16th. Okay, so question mark 17th, 18th. Let's try that. I can't actually do question mark because that's how I have the thing working. 17th century, 18th. Come on, little AI. Come on, say 16th century, you coward. Until the late 18th century. No, this is the 17th and 18th century. Late 18th century. Oh my god, we're moving away. uh it doesn't, because it's doing like quote space. It's not really doing like matching. How many moves have we made so far? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Weirdly enough, I do think we're closer because we're talking about like 17th century kind of like technology. All right, we want 17th century, so let's just say 17th century, and then hopefully again something will be closer to, instead of just doing 18th century. Okay, we saw that one. We saw that one. We might be stuck. No, ooh, mid 1500s. That's the 16th century. I forgot to highlight this. Okay, here we go. Mid 1500s. Quos when were the, oh Jesus. I said when were the mid 1500s. I obviously know where they are, but like prior to 1500, a lot since 1500. No, now we're like dealing with like 1500s. Maybe if I just say like 1500s century, let's see if it understands that. 1500s century is what? Okay, let's see what we got. Commercial revolution, 1500s, 1500. Turns out there's a lot of stuff about 1500. And again, in the top three, we might not have. Well, what do we have? We have West Africa, Islamic scholarship, trade, a variety of goods in the Italian city states. Do we have anything about Italy here? This is like flowers, coins, guitars, mandolins, art. Uh, that's pretty interesting, but that's not what we're looking for. That's also not what we're looking for. Oh man, I'm literally just looking for 16th century. I see 12th century is so stressful. Okay, let's try. I don't want to move back to. I'll just do this century, and then we'll try that. Quos in century. This isn't gonna work. I have so many things about so many centuries. Yeah, we're back to this one again. 17th to 18th century, 1845, 1800, timber framed house. Father reads from the Bible while mother prepares a dish of beef and stew of onions. Beef stew of beef and onions. This quote goes off. Life expectancy less than 40. The water the sun is pouring, taste of the cows. The neighbor's lodger is getting the girl pregnant in the hay shed, and even now her child will be sent to an orphanage. That goes hard. Candles cost too much. Nobody in the family has ever seen a player piano. Okay, let's just say painted a picture. Okay. Now we are a painting of boy with a squirrel. Art can be used for many purposes. Choose paintings that show a drawing with the sweeping strokes of an oil painting. I think we're going to go for art can be used for many purposes. I think we're going to go with this one. It shows a boy with a squirrel. Because, like, if I say art can be used for many purposes, maybe one of those purposes will be death, vanitas. Okay, a high quality endeavor. Art is the Godhead revealed in the works of man. When our naked Mario represents is the ongoing reinforcement, we as programmers can be distracted from our own fates in autonomy of asinine gamification. Okay, I think the next move is art is the Godhead revealed in the works of man because this is kind of like that. I think. I think. I think. I think this is the next move. All right, what do we got? Uh, this is the same quote. This is the same quote. The mere act of create. No, damn it. Okay, we're kind of trapped now in art. Maybe if I go back to Godhead, I can get back to Christianity and get to Christendom. But that's not exactly ideal either. Mm, no, 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 no. Let's just do art as the Godhead. Didn't we just do that? No, we just did that. Damn it. Art can be used for many purposes. The mere act of creation is the most powerful force. I don't really want to move back. I think that we're moving away from where we need to be. Let's just do Godhead. Let's just stick with our plan here. Because this will be okay. This is some God self kink about God being super edgy, ultra taboo. God is a super freak. Okay, this is definitely we're gonna stick with this one. So let's do ancient wisdom of the Vedas. Maybe bleh, dude, damn, bro. Because if I go back to we tried the death route, like life being short, and then we moved to um God's name from this thing, right? We started talking about religion, and then from religion we got to Christ, and then from Christ the Orthodox Church. That's when I felt we were closest because I was like, okay, that'll get us to Christendom, but it obviously hasn't. I was like, Christianity and Christendom are basically the same thing. So, but there's nothing about like the Christian world here. I could I could get cheeky and like basically say that like uh nah, let's God's idea of a fun time. Let's try that. I don't know where this is going to go, but hopefully it'll take us at least back to somewhere. Okay, that's the same quote again. Gambling might be the second most fun enjoyable human activity. This is kick.com. There were a lot of fun things to do as heaven, but none as more thrilling as you can do on earth. How does that have to do with a skull and an hourglass, though? This is hard. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, what are the fun these this one? I'm gonna take this, and then we're gonna go back to heaven, and then we're gonna go back to Christianity again, and then we're just gonna find it. It's gonna be fun. Cool and overcast. Elysium. Okay. Dante's Paradise. Dante's Paradise. This is interesting. Surplus of Joy. Okay. Elysium. I don't know if Elysium is the same thing as Vanitas, but it feels like it's in the same neighborhood. And there's nothing. I guess we probably should have kept on track to see if we see anything about skulls, hourglasses, or like mandolins, chess pieces, books of verse, etc. I think what we got to do is talk a little bit more about Elysium. Maybe Elysium has like fields of grass and like items that are listed. So let's do that. Okay, Menelaus, uh, isolation from friends, Greeks, gardens. Okay, gardens is pretty interesting because if we can get from gardens to a laurel wreath, um, garden of the sun, cultivating efforts. I think that's what we were just looking at. Let's go with. I don't really want to do gardens because I know I have a lot of quotes about gardens, and I know that that's just not going to get me there. But if I do isolated gardens, um, oh wow, what's the next move here? I have to think about it for a second. Happiness outside the body is very difficult for human beings to imagine and impossible to desire. Maybe that's the next move. Look at how long this is. I don't even know if we're near it. Um, hmm. 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 A lot of big words here. Any of us would, but he gladly gave up his worldly life prematurely. Okay, let's do worldly life. Okay. Significant contributions. Without struggle. Uh, all right, let's just take this. I like this. I think we're kind of weirdly back on track. Hmm. No, maybe we're not back on track. I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. Why do I believe this is important at the end of your life? All right, let's just do this because this is like end of life type thing. And then uh, okay, now we got some Harry Potter. We've come full circle to Harry Potter. Dude, all right, let's just do this. Again, we're talking about like death. Death is literally in the quote. So, no way. Oh no, I thought this was it. So this is like a skull, the symbols of death. I think this is what I'm looking for right now. Symbols of death. Christianity. These are the things that stick out to me. Flowers, guitars, or coins. Like these are the things that stick out to me. Okay, death may strew the leaves. Is that like symbols of death? Is that like the same thing? Uh, drinking beside the banks of a Nile, writing a book, or making a fortune. This is from the same book, I think. To his coy mistress. Okay, to lure a hesitant young woman into his bed through lines that stress not only her beauty and his fidelity, but less obviously the romantic notion that both she and he will soon enough be stone dead. That's pretty hardcore, bro. Death is the mother of beauty. I want to like death's items. Without death, there's no fulfillment. I think death may strew the leaves is kind of where I'm leaning right now. I think that might be my closest jumping off point here. I think I'm going to do that. Well, willows, as I don't know if I'll find flowers. And I don't know if, let's just do death may strew the leaves. I think that this is the play. In the human life, it's spring like growth, summer like maturation, autumn like entropy, winter like death. Oh, this is the same quote again. About being having hooking you up and then dying. The human life with its natural progression. This is kind of this looks right to me. I think I could just take this whole thing. Systematic knowledge. Today our society is that death is inevitable and random. No, that's not what I want. I might have to pull a question theory here and just like jump instead of an exact match into something that's a little bit shake up the. I have to come up with rules for that, but maybe I can say, um, how do we deal with the time of death? How do we deal with the um, shortness of life's seasons? Okay, technology. Nature is a cocoon. Technology allows us to design nature out of our lives. The human life again, this one again. Um, Luxury and carelessness, the ultimate necessity. We perceived it as passed away before we were aware it was passing. Uh, okay, so I have a lot of stuff about chess. So if I get into chess, it's gonna be a problem. Uh, but like, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's just do this because this kind of has to deal with like seasonality and like flowers. Okay. Kale chips, spring pea salad, TV jingles, nothing about guitars or mandolins or coins, dried fish, gifts of the forest. Is this a flower? I don't know what semolina is. Spinach and oranges. I think I'm gonna do. I think is this a flower? It is a flower, but it's flower with a U. It's like a grain. Okay, let's do this. Because again, I'm still looking for like flower. Okay, pomegranate. Nature's living forms. Let's try that. Using the exact matches is actually super hardcore. I think I'm gonna optimize this game so I can deviate a little bit. um, because I have over 10,000 quotes. Okay, we consider plants our friends, but plants regard all plant predators, including us, as enemies. Let's just do this. Still nothing about flowers. Plants are great chemists, poisoning, starvation, disease, provided by nature, yada yada yada, harmony with nature, beat the crap out of our neighbors. Whoever won ate the loser. Damn, bro. Our list is getting very long. We took a lot of leaps, and now we're in plant world. We're not at Christendom. We tried 16th century. I guess if we talk about um if I can get like Achilles, I can get like temporal glory. Maybe the problem is that like um I keep jumping to like different spaces and then jumping back away from it. Like I can't see this in physical space. And maybe that's something that I'll do is like I'll figure out how to like write an app that allows me to see that in real time, where I can highlight this one and then just like show on stream where I'm at. Um, I think harmony with nature. Let's do this because I want to get to like battle, and then if I can get to battle, I can get to glory, and if I get to glory, I can get to like temporal glory, I guess. Victorious warriors. Mm, okay, let's do victorious warriors. 1066. Profitable empires, cyber warfare. Okay, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna allow myself a jump. So quotes. What is the feeling a victorious warrior has? I want it to say glory, because then if I can get to glory, I can jump to time a little bit. Experiencing success, a good word, authentic pride. Okay, let's do this. What is another word for pride? Distancing myself, yeah. What is another term for authentic pride? Okay, we got that one already. Good. Nope. Fish, bird, pigs, grape juice. Brief seizure of the cloudy liquid. That's a crazy way to describe an orgasm. A brief seizure and a little cloudy liquid. Lay claim to our trust, lay them bare, and see how pointless they are. Pride is a master of deception. Most people learn to redirect their drive for prestige into sublimations. This is honor, integrity, piety. Could I get from piety to Christendom and to vanitas art? I can try. Lord help me. Christian. We're back to Christianity. Nothing is more pathetic than people who run around in circles. Oh, this one has pity. Oh man, y'all, I think we are in deep in the boonies. We are in the boonies of my quotes. Okay, let's just say groups of Christians on earth. That counts because we have Christian and earth in this one. What is the term for a group of Christians on earth? Christianity, Jesus of Nazareth, the followers of Jesus, Greek speaking diaspora. Oh no. This is so frustrating. Dude, goddamn. Followers of Jesus, Greek speaking diaspora Jewish people. Is there anything about art here? Jesus and death. Okay, so now we have Christianity, we have death. Okay, what does Christianity, how does it deal with death? Hopefully, I don't get three quotes uh about okay, categories. Death has the cruelest lessons. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Christian memento mori. Oh yeah, this is it. This is good. We have dinner parties. We did it. Oh my god. We did it. Fuck me, man. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's nuts. That took so long. All right, let's go look at the fucking line. So we started with I realized just how productive celebrity culture is, how much it shapes us, how we chart celebrity careers against our own ambitions, how we devour gossip with ironic detachment of like, oh, I don't care what Dua Lipa is doing, but also zealous emotional investment. So true. Shower pick. If you know it, you know it. If you know, you know. How useful it is as a social glue that binds us together in a voyeuristic fascination because we're all talking about it. So we started here, and then we talked about grim purgatory, and then from grim purgatory, we went to being troubled by our own insignificance as a species. And then from there, we went to being like ants, preoccupied. And then there, we talked about the brevity of life. And then from there, we talked about philosophers in ancient Greece. And then we went to a list of philosophers. And then from there, I was trying to get it because I thought that this was a philosopher, but it very much wasn't. And then we went to the heavens. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just get to Christianity. And then basically we went earthly and heavenly. And then from that, we got What in God's Name, the book, which is technically cheating, I think. And then we got God and Jesus. And then from God and Jesus, we got Christ. And from Christ, we went to what do we do here? Christianity. And then from Christianity, we went for to parts of the world where Christianity was legal, which is this thing. And then we went from that to 15th to 17th century because we saw 16th century over here. We're like, okay, 15th through the 17th century. And then that was a total fail. So then we tried just 16th, 17th, 18th to force the issue, and that also failed. So we stuck to back to 17th and kind of oscillated here for a second. 1500s, 16th century, I thought that was going to work. Did not work. 1500. And then I just asked it directly, like, yo, what's the 15th century? And it's like, try the 12th century bow. And then I was just like, okay, let's just do nth century. And then I think I probably could have figured it out here, but anyway, then I got to painted a picture in this crazy quote about the neighbor's lodger is getting your daughter pregnant. And then we went to art, and then from art we went to art is Godhead, and then from art is Godhead we just did Godhead, And then from Godhead, we went to God being a super freak. And then from God being a super freak, we said there's a lot of things to do in heaven, such as what, like activities. And then we got to Elysium, which is kind of like the Greek version of heaven. And then we went to the worldly life. Oh my God. And then from worldly life, we went to make one's life on the earth. You got to make significant contributions. And then we went from contributions to looking back at the end of our life. And at the end of our life, we did Death is But the Next Great Adventure from Harry Potter. And then we went to Death May Strew the Leaves. I was like symbols of death, maybe. And then Death May Strew the Leaves did not work because then we went to Human Life Being Seasons. And then from Human Life Being Seasons, I had like literally asked it straight up. I was like, yo, how do let's just, this one again, actually. I was like, Human Life or Seasons. And then we had some flowers. Like over here, we have flowers, coins, guitar, mandolin. And then from here, we got tomato, and then that didn't work. And then we got nature's living forms. And then from that, we went to plants feeding us. Oh my God, this is exhausting. And then we went to battles from plants. How did we get here? Oh, right, because plants hate us because we're their enemies because we eat them. And then victorious warriors, and that made me want to get to glory, temporal glory on the right. And then victorious warriors again. And then I jumped and I said, okay, what's the feeling? Like, I wanted it to say glory. And we got authentic pride. And then from pride, we got to fucking piety. And then from piety, we got to Christian heaven. And from Christian heaven, we're back to Christianity. I should have just stuck with Christianity. And then I did Christian and die because I was in the same one. And then we got to Memento Mori, which got us there. What the hell? I was going to do another, but I am very much not going to. Oh my God, I dropped 4.6 frames. It's so sad. I hope that those weren't important frames. But whatever. Anyway, that was the line. That was miserable. We got from celebrity to Christendom, vanitas art. They said it couldn't be done, but you witnessed it here first. I wanted to do lifestyle, cancer to TurboTax, but I'm not doing that. It took an hour. I need to I need to clarify the rules of this to myself and kind of like go back and forth on how I want to do this. But yeah. So that's the stream. We did it. Sweet, sweet victory. Good night. God bless. And memento mori. Maybe take some symbols of death, Christendom, vanitas art with you. Okay. Goodbye.